Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Sunday Morgellons Call of the Week. It is Sunday, May 16th, 2021, and we actually had a sunny day here in the Berkshires. I am Robin from Western Mass, and so I struggled for about 3.5 years, maybe 4, with vectors that brought Morgellons into my home, and those vectors were springtails, bed bugs, mites, and fleas, and nobody knew what was wrong with me. My dermatologist told me I had a form of psychosis, and he wanted to put me right on antipsychotic medicine, and probably if I had listened, I would have gotten better faster, because those medicines can reduce dopamine intake to the brain, which can really help, but I did not take the medicine, did not even fill the prescription, so it was a long journey, and I was at my wit's end and ready to burn my house down if I could figure out a way to burn a 3-story Victorian house down. And then, as an answer to prayer, I literally found Richard and his book and this call, and it changed my life, and I'm so grateful. I'm here because I want to give back. It is possible to get your life back. It's not easy. It takes a lot of persistence and work, but with Richard's book and the help of Richard and this call and this community, it is possible. So at this point, I'd like to introduce you to Richard Kuhns, who wrote How to Get Your Life Back from Morgellons and Other Skin Parasites. And Richard is working on the 11th edition of his book. So unlike the medical community, which just blows it off, Richard continues to learn, to research, to listen to us and what we're saying, and he believes us, and he looks into it. And because of that, there are 10 editions of the book out and 1 coming. And not only that, you can email him questions, and he's here every week to impart knowledge, hope, encouragement, and a forum for you guys to express yourselves. So I am so grateful, and I'm so thrilled to be part of this call, and here's Richard.
Thank you, Robin. Pleasure to be here. Welcome, everyone, to the Morgellons event of the week. I doubt that there's anything like it in the universe where a community of people can come together dealing with Morgellons and actually get their lives back. I mean, that's the difference. I mean, we're just not here to bat ideas around and to, that's not our purpose. I've been there. There's research being done by people, and there are doctors that are treating this, but have they had Morgellons? Do they know what it feels like to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and have to jump into a scalding hot tub to get some relief? Do they know anything other than what their microscopes show them? Personally, I've dealt with springtails, columbella, mites, skin fungus, strongyloides cervicalis, Morgellons, Lyme disease, hot tub rash. Seems like I'm a magnet for this stuff. And 100% free. Everything. And many people who have used the protocol. So we're not here just to jabber about what might work or what worked for one person or what might have worked for somebody. We're here to talk about what does work. And the #1 thing is the King diet. So named because it's tops. I mean, well, ace is better than king, right? But I don't know. King, it's top. It's the monarch. It's rules. There is nothing better. I was looking at a research study just released last month, done by Medieval Middlehand, I think is her name, the
Marion
researcher, Marion Middleveen. Yes, Marion Middleveen, and Strickler and the group. And it was a one-patient study, and I'll be releasing it in tomorrow's update, where this lady had a lot of vaginal issues and ulcerations in her face and so forth. And they put her on antibiotics, and things cleared up for her much better. And then she came off of antibiotics, and guess what happened? What happened, Robin?
It came right
Crap
back.
came back in her life. Yeah. So they put her on antibiotics again. All right. So she's been on antibiotics, and the antibiotics are specified in the research project. And you know, the interesting thing about the study that I saw was that she noted when she had sugar and refined products, what happened?
It got worse.
It got worse, even while she was on antibiotics.
Right.
Hey,
right.
King Diet. Hey, King Diet. That's it, man. I mean, research proves that the diet is the right direction. And this one is so specific, you can't screw up. Except if you make a mistake. But if you follow the diet, you can't mess up. It's impossible to mess up. This week's subject. Yes.
Well, I was just going to say it's unfortunate.
You were going to say something?
Yeah. It's unfortunate that they don't understand that it's also in the environment. They just ignore the environment.
Well, that is true.
Also, as well
but
as
without the diet, without the diet, you don't have to do anything with the environment. You're hopeless. You've got no chance. Even if you clean up the environment, you're still a walking, talking, breathing parasite machine. That's what you are. It doesn't matter how clean doesn't matter how clean your environment is. Without the diet, you're a walking, talking, breathing parasite machine. That's the way it is. So, what are we going to talk about this week? What's our subject?
Panic.
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 Wow.
People panic.
Well,
they do crazy things. They stop thinking. They and I talk to people all the time who are in panic mode, and I say, "Why did you do that?" And they were like, "Oh, I just panicked." So, panic.
Yeah. Panic is a killer. You know, I have to be honest with you, Robin. I'm sure that people tuning in and they come here every week, or they just are watching us on YouTube and so forth, and they look at Robin and they hear Ethel when she talks, and they're saying, okay, those two gals, they were lucky, you know. I mean, so it worked for them, big deal, you know, and they probably slough it off or whatever. But you know the truth, I didn't think you'd get your life back. I didn't think Ethel would be successful. I didn't even think our first coach, Sandra, would be successful. Because I remember the early conversations I've had with you gals. You had two cats. The diet wasn't kicking in for you. It was a challenge. You were at wit's end for a month or so. Ethel was dealing with cats coming and visiting and bringing the organisms to her front porch. I thought she'd have to leave. Sandra, she was committed 3 times by her husband and her doctor to mental institutions. Hey, it works.
That's right.
So forget about what I might think. It's what you do that makes it work. And coming here every week is one of the things that Robin has done and has been instrumental in her getting her life back. And I mean, Robin, were you in a little panic in the beginning yourself? Did you have a little panic too when you were ready to burn your house down?
No, it wasn't little. It was big. It was
big, right?
Right.
Hey, man, we're all in panic mode. We know what it feels like. We know, and we're not telling you not to be there because we were there. But there is a way out. Robin was ready to burn her house down. I mean, literal. I was ready to commit suicide. So, I mean, there is life at the end of this tunnel.
And
we know how to get there.
The panic bleeds over into everything. I mean, I realized it when it was the middle of the summer and my refrigerator broke down, my 30-year-old refrigerator, and I just went, my mind went blank, my heart rate sped up, and I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? It's like I couldn't even think. You know, I got a new refrigerator.
To put in the house you were going to burn down.
Right. At least I had a refrigerator.
At least you were going to have refrigerated food until it got on fire. Hey, one of the things we like to do is laugh. We like to laugh, and laughter is important. And when we talk about stress, there are many aspects that are important. And one of our co-hosts is not with us today. She's off on a wedding thing, a wedding shower. So she'll be back, and maybe we'll talk more about panic mode next week, and we'll look at some of the qualities of resiliency that she'll bring into play so that make it more effective. But bottom line is, we all are in panic. We all are. Now, how many times did you read the book, do you think? I mean, you started out with what, maybe version 9 of the book, Robin?
I think it was version...
That was about 2.5 years ago?
Yeah. But I think I started with version 7 and worked my way up.
Yeah. But how many times did you read the book?
At least 4 times, but I constantly used it as a reference. And I have, in all of my versions of the book, I have little sections with Post-it notes, and I wrote in the book, and I still refer to the book. I mean, it's just amazing. It's so helpful, and it clarifies so much. And especially with the diet, because the diet, as you said, is so specific, and it's so easy to make mistakes because it is a specific diet, and you have to constantly. I mean, this week I had 2 people ask me if they could eat rice, who claimed they had read the diet 3 times. Rice is, for most people, is fine on stage 1, and it's like about the only kind of grain that you can eat. So, you know, when we're in panic mode, we can't absorb information. And
yeah, it is difficult. It is difficult, right?
Head, you know, but
so the key is read the book. Ethel, are you available for a moment? Can I ask? Are you there, Ethel? Well, Ethel has been on every call since the first call. She knows as much about this program as I do, and going way back to when she joined the program, yes, she thought she was going to have. I thought she was going to have to move. I didn't think she'd be able to get her life back, and she's made tremendous strides and practically has her life back. So, panic is something that we all go through, and it's for us to let you know that that's normal. But then, by the same token, what is important to do is read that book. You know, somehow people get the impression that we're here to fix them, or that I'm here to fix them. And, I offer them to write me up the 3 questions a day. Now, that offer is not for wacko questions out of the blue. That offer is for questions about what you read in the book or about the diet that you don't understand. So don't ask me theories about where read the book. Chapter 2 is full of all the theories that are presently about Morgellons. Don't ask me about how to cure something on your ankle. Read the book, okay? And do the diet. So only send me questions. It's a self-help program. That's why I wrote the book. The reason I wrote the book is because in the 90s, the only thing I had was the internet, and the only thing I could find on the message boards were scams. Oh, yeah, I got cured, but who in the hell are you? How do I get in touch with you? How did you do it? What, you know,
right.
1 or 2 sentences were the most I could find, very limited. And so I figured that if I ever got my life back, and quite frankly, I never, ever even thought it would happen. Never in a million years did I ever think I'd be here today. But if I were, I wanted to be a beacon to everybody else who was going through the same confusion. Oh, I joined those groups. Sure. 1 week of the monitor, we're gonna do this. I'm doing this. I found this. You know, I'm taking this. So it's like you're driving. You're in a train, and so okay. Let's go to this side of the car. Everybody goes to this side of the car. So we're going to try this for a week. Some of the things that were thought to actually aggravated them and made them worse, made conditions worse. I've had people tell me that by following some other crazy-ass advice they find, they almost died from it. Nothing I do is crazy-ass. Nothing we recommend. And by the way, the FDA and the AMA, and we're strict with those guidelines, they require me to tell you and inform you that Robin, Ethel, Sandra, me, Barbara, Chris, anybody associated with us that you may speak with, we are not medical doctors. And that before you start the King diet or accept any of my recommendations, there's a questionnaire. That's another thing. People send me photographs. Oh, God, photographs. And, well, some of them are good quality photographs, and I save them for who knows, you know, and I ask permissions. At some point I may reproduce them. That's great, but oftentimes they're going to show me a thing on their ankle or a thing on their nose, or it could be anything, you know, and ask for a diagnosis. No, nothing. Put away your microscopes. Put away your pictures. Complete the questionnaire. Don't send me a thing this long with explanations and saying, dude, I do this, and when I do that, and when I do this, you know, don't do that to me. As for the questionnaire, I'll send you the questionnaire. It's very precise. It's very specific. From that questionnaire, I can tell you what is happening, and I can give you detailed recommendations. Now, you can read the entire book and get them and figure them out because they're listed in the book, or I can shorten that experience for you. But it takes me about maybe 25, 30 minutes to go through the questionnaire, evaluate it, and detail the recommendations for you based on those questions. So far more effective than sending me pictures, okay, or long explanations about what's happening. Because some people find that what they feel and happen to them is different than what the other people they live with is happening with them. So I'm interested in you, what's happening with you, and those questions. So the FDA requires me to inform you that before you start the diet or accept any of my recommendations, that you discuss them thoroughly with your doctor to make sure they do not interfere with any health problems you may be presently experiencing. The AMA likewise, they don't like people practicing medicine without a degree. And we're not here to practice medicine. So we're not here to treat, cure, mitigate, or diagnose any disease. This was all done back in the 70s while Clinton was president. These laws were passed. And they're good. They're great. But it does allow us to educate. So what we're here to do is to educate you how to clean them out of your body. That's chapter 4 of the book, The Diet. Clean them out with the diet. Chapter 5 are incredible recipes. Robin has Robin's Corner. She's an incredible cook and has contributed a lot of recipes. So there's a corner for Robin So chapter 4, clean them out of your body. Now, it doesn't take long to figure out they're everywhere in your house, in your furniture, in your skin. So chapter 3 is about 55, 60 pages long about how to clean them out of your environment. The various disinfectants that you can use to get them out. Get the organisms out of your environment, out of your car, even outside. They can be outside. So clean them, get them out of your vicinity. And chapter 3 also goes into how to clean them out of your skin. Bathing 3 times a day. You don't have to use a scalding bath like I used to have to use. Using our products, you can use regular warm weather, regular warm water. It is nice warm weather is here. But putting that aside, I made this trek in the 90s. I knew nothing of nature's gift, not until 2013. So you don't need any of my products in my store. The only reason I put this store together is back in the 90s, I was buying this from this site and buying this from this site and buying this from that site. Passwords, usernames, driving me nuts. And I thought, boy, it would be nice to have everything that one needs at one place. But go to the pharmacy. There are things in the pharmacy. Amylactin is a good skin cream to use. Neosporin is good, has use for. Go elsewhere. You don't have to come to me, but if you want convenience, and people constantly tell us that if you go to homeopath and you go to nutritionist and you go that route and you come back with $600 a month worth of vitamins, we're far more economical, because what I put together is a targeted supplements. The important thing is to have compatible multiple vitamin and minerals. Boost glutathione. And we have the best supplement and the only supplement in the world that is compatible with the diet and that will significantly boost glutathione. And then I found this incredible natural antibiotic. Yeah, we have colloidal silver too in the store, but we use acillin, garcillin, 2 grades of it. So you put those 4 together and you're off to the races. In fact, if you read the report, you don't have to be, Lyme disease doesn't have to own you anymore. You'll see that this is the 4 basic things to do, and you do those 4, and you may not even need treatment for Lyme disease. I'm not here to put the LLMDs out of business, but we're allowed to make recommendations so you can boost your health and immune functioning. That's what we're allowed to do, and that's what these targeted supplements do. And we've got the best in the world. So, panic. Back to panic. If anyone would like to share your panic experience, please text Robin or text Chris or give him a call. And we like to open up the lines and hear all about your panics. In the meantime, read the book. As Robin said, I am working on the 11th edition. She's been saying that for almost 3 months, and I've been sitting here trying to work on it, and I finally got to work on it about a week and a half ago, and it's incredible. We've learned so much in just the last year. The last edition was back in, I think, September of last year, and I'm going through it, and we've learned about 5G and its impact and EMF. I mean, a whole book could be written about that just alone. And we've brought in different disinfectants. In the 10th edition, there's a limited amount of disinfectants. We've learned about Benefex, which is in our store, Mediclean, which is another disinfectant. These are in addition to ammonia. You know, ammonia is great if it works, and it worked for me, but it doesn't work for everyone because some of these organisms are more resistant. So we've learned so much in the last year, and it's going to take me probably another month to get it into the book and where it belongs and release it. It already is the best book in the world about Morgellons, skin fungus, candida. It's covered in the book because many people have candida. One of the things that we're working on now is we're working on a elixir of life. It's what the heck is it? But it's eucalyptus, and there's a special oil. Oh, I wish Barbara were on the call. She could refresh my memory. But just one drop of this, and the brain fog. Brain fog is a big issue, and it contributes to a lot of the panic because it's difficult. You read a page, and you went, what the hell did I read? And that's why Robin says make notes, but make Post-it notes and put it in there. So the more senses that you use, the more effective the learn, and particularly when we have brain fog. Like, for instance, I've learned, everybody's got brain fog, most everybody. And brain fog is like you walk into a room for a particular reason. You walk into a room to pick up, say, the remote control that's in the room. So you know what you're going to do, and you walk through the door, and you forget what you came into the room for. That's a form of brain fog. And you got to stand there and think, what the hell's going on with me? I knew why I came in here, but what did I come in here for? And it may take a few moments, or you may have to go back and, the remote, that's what I wanted. That's brain fog. So you read a paragraph or you read a page, and what did I read? That's why Post-its are important, because the visual is one thing. The more senses you use in learning, the more effective the learning. So if you read something and you write down a summary on a Post-it, or even on a diary or a journal, you write it down, that's using another sense, the touch sense. And if you then verbalize what you read, that's the third sense. So the more senses you use while you're going through the book, the more effective you're learning, and the more effective you'll be in dealing with the brain fog. Another thing to deal with brain fog is boost glutathione. Oftentimes, simply by boosting glutathione with a Max 1 product, brain fog soon becomes a history issue. But within the next 2 or 3 weeks, we'll be coming up with this elixir, which is incredible. One drop of it on the tip of your tongue, and it's amazing the impact. Clary sage is the oil that's so miraculous that we're going to be bringing in. Another thing we're going to be bringing into the store is mouth repair. Morgellons destroys the mouth, so many people. And this is a combination of herbs, formulation that Barbara is working on now in capsule form, that will help with dental cavities, reducing them. It'll help repair your gums. It'll help. And even I've been using it on a trial basis, and it stabilized my blood sugar because it has berberine in it, which is incredible. So these are two fantastic things that we're working on. Will be coming out within the next 3 weeks to a month, in addition to the parasite stop formula that we came out with not too long ago. So has anybody called in, or are we going to end this segment? Anything you like to ask about panic?
Yes. How you doing, Rich? It's Nick.
Hi, Nick.
Hey, Nick. How you doing?
How you doing? Not too good. As Robin's been trying to help me and stuff like that. The problem I think that I have, the panic is just, I don't know what to say. I mean, I know you're not a doctor. She's not a doctor. But the thing is that every time, the problem is I think the carpet is an issue at the hotel.
Did you get the electrostatic sprayer? Did you get the electrostatic sprayer that I recommended?
I should have gotten that. I should have gotten that. The problem is I don't know how long I'm going to be here if I leave, and then it comes down here.
Well, the electrostatic sprayer. The electrostatic sprayer is something you take everywhere you go. You can do a hotel room in less than 3 minutes. That's how fast it is. That's how effective it is. You simply put in the enzymes and you're ready to go. They're ready. You dilute them. They come in the concentrate. You dilute them. You put them in, and they're ready to go. Or you can get the Benefect, a disinfectant. It's ready to use. You can add in a little bit of the antimicrobial. You don't have to, but you can. And again, you just shake it up. Well, actually, they're ready to use, so you don't even have to shake them up. And it'll take you less than 3 minutes to do your entire hotel room. One of the first people that ever used it, her name is Elle. She's worked with it for some time. When she first contacted me, she gave me a description of what she was dealing with things she was in a hotel room living there with her children, and because the house she was in kind of chased her out. It was an older house and she had to leave, and we oftentimes think that if we move, maybe things will be better, but until we get them out of our bodies, we're carrying them with us in our belongings, our clothing, and everything else. So the electrostatic sprayer, God, she made a tremendous difference in her life. It was the change of her life.
So, Nick,
right.
Maybe you can just make a commitment to stay until certain things arrive. And
I'm sorry, I didn't hear. I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said, Rob.
I
Robin,
said maybe you could make a commitment to just stay there until you get certain things. You order things and they come. Then you can, leave afterwards.
Yeah, to be honest with you, the other problem that I have that I'm such, and I'm not trying to complain. I'm trying to deal with this the best of my ability, but it's just like what he just says. It describes in his book, where it's just the panic, it's the nonstop panic, the paranoia that you're afraid to go into your room.
Well,
Frank.
You may ask your physician for perhaps a Doxpen. It's a medication that is often used for anxiety. It's listed in the book. It's out of 11 medications. It's only one of 2 that really doesn't affect dopamine uptake, but is often prescribed by our doctor simply because it helps reduce anxiety. Doxpen. So check that out with your doctor and see if he can prescribe you some Doxpen. Depression, most of us have depression, and a medication that you could request as well is Abilify. That is also one of the medications that reduce dopamine uptake in the brain and has been reported to be beneficial in that regard as well. So those are 2 medications that you might discuss with your doctor.
Right. The other thing is I stay on the diet. I stay on the diet on your list. I bathe 3 times a day, but this morning, unfortunately, the cops came to check on me to do a wellness check and all this kind of crap. But, and I feel like, it just really bothers me what you experience in your book. If you go somewhere or try to seek out help, how they, give me 1 second. How they turn you away. And I don't mean to get upset, but
I know.
they turn you away. And it just bothers me. That I'm sorry I'm getting upset, but it just bothers me. I got no closure. I feel so alone. I'm so sorry I got upset.
I know. It's lonely and difficult. I know. It's unfortunate we're at this state. I mean, like I shared earlier, Sandra, our first coach, was committed 3 times into a institution against her will because of idiots not understanding what was going on. Idiots. I mean, when you read the update I'll be sending out tomorrow morning about this research that was published, you'd wish everybody got that kind of treatment, because she went to a hospital, she wasn't disrespected, she was tested, they, they treated her, whereas probably most other hospitals in the world, they would have kicked her out. But it's unfortunate. We don't know what to do to change that perception. It's a slow process.
I mean, the other thing is, I know I sound out of my mind if I say I'm going to go to Mexico to try to find out about it, but I just don't. Sometimes I wonder if I could do it. I'm trying everything I could do. I mean, if I order more stuff and I feel like I fail, I just, I don't know what to say. I feel very, I know you know what I'm going through.
Yes, we all do. And we sympathize with you. We're here for you. The best we can say is keep coming back, keep asking questions. Have you had any success in getting in contact with Dr. Saverly or her associate in Washington?
No, Dr. Saverly, the woman that the problem is that she's all booked. Dr. Saverly, or the one that? Wait a minute, the one that works with the
one that she works with.
No, I tried to get a hold of the one that was accepting patients that Jeremy was dealing with.
Yes.
I tried to, and she said that she's not taking on no other patients. So there's a guy in California that I can that they referred me to that I'm supposed to talk to July 21st, but July 29th. But it's just. I mean, I search around the country to see if there's anybody
yes.
who could deal with it. I think they're out there. It's just hard to find.
Can I say something, Richard? I want to just say a couple
Sure.
of things. When we live in panic, it shortens our attention span, and we jump from thing to thing to thing. And Nick, I know that you're trying really hard and you're working on things and you're starting to gain an understanding and a systematic approach to this, but you're not there yet. And so it's really hard not to jump from thing to thing to thing, because that's what panic makes us do. And learning to stop, look back, breathe. Everything has a cause and effect. Things don't just randomly happen. And when we start to stop and look at the cause and effect, solutions can come to us. When we get the diet right, I know you're working on the diet, but you've barely scratched the surface of the diet yet, and you're getting better at it. And the more you do that, and the better you get. I mean, the electrostatic sprayer would help you tremendously. But to not order things because you think you're going to fail, you need to break out of that mindset and encourage yourself. That's how we get out of panic.
And do. Did you tell me you had a lady had the debriding soap for how many months before she was afraid to take a bath with it, then she had it? Someone told me. Someone had bought the debriding soap and she was afraid to use it.
Well, I bought the electrostatic sprayer and didn't use it for 6 months. I looked at it.
You didn't use it for 6 months.
Right. I was like, oh my God, this thing is scary. I don't know how to use it. I'm not touching it. I was in panic mode, and but once I started using it, things got better fast. Just saying.
Yes.
And it happens. We need to take chances in terms of getting well, and take actions that lead to getting well.
I know we get to a point where we've tried so many damn different things that we're afraid to try one more because it might not work too. And we'd be flat again, disappointed again. So as long as we don't try it, we won't really know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's how I was.
One of my other problems is I haven't slept for 6 days. I try to go to sleep, but then these things start attacking me, coming out of my body. And I don't know what to do. I try to toss and turn. I don't go to bed till like 5 o'clock in the morning. I don't know if anybody experienced that.
I had a whole year where I never got more than 2 hours sleep a night.
That is typical. The important thing is you need to get the materials. You need to get the arsenal. You're not going to win the battle if you don't have a good tank to explode the enemy. You're not going to win the battle.
And Nick, we have been
you
and I talking about that stuff. We'll talk more about it.
Yes, we have. Yes,
so,
right. Yes.
Thank you for sharing, Nick. Remember, we're here. The goal, one of our goals, Robin and I and Ethel, is that one day you'll say, because you guys, I kept coming back, and because I kept coming back, I got my life back because of you guys.
Yeah,
okay, anyone else like to share or ask a question? You will. Anyone else like to share or ask a question?
I don't have any other text.
Well, I guess that will close this end of the program. Do you have anything else to add to Panic?
Hold on.
I have a question. My name is Lena. I'm from New York. Robin, I'm like you. I purchased the electric sprayer. I have it in my place for a month now. I haven't touched it because I'm intimidated. Is it okay I call you and get some direction?
Absolutely, you can call me for direction on using it.
Okay.
That's what I ended up doing. I ended up calling Al to get directions on how to use it, and that's when I started using it. So, yeah.
Wow, you got an M16 rifle there, and you're not even using it.
I know.
Yeah,
I was so excited reading the description about like it kills mice and all that stuff. So I said, wow, and I got two different things, the enzyme and also the benefit. I got both of them because I want to make sure I have everything. I have all the tools. So. But it's just like I charged it. It's sitting there. I just got so scared of using it.
Ready for
I'm
action.
afraid to mess it up.
One caution: do not mix the Benefact with the enzymes. Chris tells me that the enzymes are alive and the Benefact will destroy them. So do not mix the two together.
Okay.
Good to know.
So I'll is your number 415, Robin?
I don't give numbers
is that
out while we're talking because this is recorded.
She'll give her number.
I'll give it at the end.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll give phone numbers after recording. This is going on YouTube, and we really don't want people. I mean, we want people to watch it. We want people to be encouraged to get the book. It's free. Hey, look. Where can you go where information is totally free? Now, years ago, I used to sell the older copies, like version 2 and version 3 of this, for $19.95 just for the ebook. Now it's all free, the best information you can find. And when you read the book, compare what you learn from a doctor to what you learn from the book, and go to Amazon and give me a 5-star. We have probably, I don't know, 180 or maybe 200 4.7 stars already. So we appreciate your feedback. We appreciate you also subscribing to our channel and Robin's channel. We'll close this section. Anybody else want to share your experiences with the doctor, the panic, the depression, the anxiety? What we're here, this is what we're here for. We know, we have felt the depression, we felt the anger, we've felt all these emotions, and we're here, the panic. All of us are going through it. And we've taken those feelings and converted them to a call to action. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here. That's the first step, is to convert them to a call to action. That's what we're here for. And, okay, you know, there's a story of, it's in, I think, Terry Cole Whitaker's book, about the guy walking along, and I've referenced it before, and he fell into one of these pits where they used to catch tigers and things like that. And he called for help. And he called for help, and nobody was around. And he called for help. And then he figured out how to get out of the pit himself. So, you're in the pit. The book, this program, the diet, the updates, they are the way you get out of the pit and get your life back.